Hey there, speculators. Roderick Casilli, lead futures trader, T3Live.com/futures. And back for part 2 of the Apple warns based on the coronavirus. So I had mentioned in the first video that I was expecting a little gap down for all the stock indices. And that's what we got. So we're looking at the screen here. The Nasdaq Futures are down about 43 points, or about 44 bips, or 0.5% from where they closed at that 96.66, that ominous number that I mentioned. And they're actually starting to firm up a little bit in here. So I've already done all my positions and all my trading. It took about 5 minutes. I recorded the whole thing, so we'll pop in and take a look at that in just a moment. I'm hoping that I can still watch the machines and create this video, watch the charts, and create the video at the same time, because the recording software is a resource hog, as are my trading applications. So we'll see what happens. But I just wanted to pop back in, record this intro real quick, and let you know that, again, I think it's going to end up being around $1,400, $1,500. You'll see all of it on screen, 150 that I made in about a second and a half. And then the rest was a result of already being short the Nasdaq Futures and the VIX Futures. So short the Nasdaq Futures, long the VIX Futures going in today. I had no idea this event was going to occur. Those positions were just set up as positions, trading based on signals, basically the extreme turn signal that I teach and train on in other videos. All right, so let's just go ahead and watch this recording right now, and we'll see how it all took place. Thanks. All right, so what I got on the screen right now is a recording that I just did 10-15 minutes ago in real time. And the takeaway from this video is just going to be, I'm just going to narrate the little movie for you. It's about a 5-6 minute movie. Talk you through my thought process, what I was doing. There's not a lot of major insights here because, again, I was already in positions prior to this event happening, and I just took one particular trade. So I'm not really going to go through the setups and the signals of that trade as much just show you the possibilities of what you can do when a piece of news comes out that's going to move around the futures markets. And again, we have 12.5 hours of fun trading opportunity prior to the stock market opening up tomorrow, and we'll see where we're at that particular time. So let me just go ahead and start the movie. This was about 30 seconds prior to the 6 p.m. futures reopen. Today, again, the futures were closed for a much longer period than they normally would because there was a market holiday, okay? So I'm looking over here. This is just showing that we did close at 96.66 half, as you can see there. Just wanted to take a quick look at that. Then I was just measuring the levels here on the Nasdaq. Let me just advance it a little bit so we don't have to sit through this whole thing. And there you go. Now we're open. Okay, the chart on the left here, you can see that's a 30-minute candle. Big gap down. Chart on the right is the Brickwick stay in your lane. Immediately I come over to one of my position accounts where I had 5 micros short, and I close them out. That open P&L is not accurate because there's a 20-minute delay on this particular website, but the fills are, of course, in real time. So I close out 2 of the 5 micros that I was short. Then I come back and look at the positions, see what's going on with the... I have basically 8 screens that I'm looking at, so I'm just over there monitoring that. I come back and take a look at how the Brickwicks are printing on the right-hand side, the Nasdaq on the left. So you can see it popped from about 95.88 up to right around 96.10, so a little over 20 points there. In the micro Nasdaq futures, it's $2 per point. In the full contract, it's $20. $2. You're going to see here in just a moment, I'm going to take a shot and buy the bid. Boom, right there on the Nasdaq futures. Again, $20 a point. I'm going to quickly trail a sell stop there. You can see how fast this is all moving. This is in real time. At one point, about $170 of profit, and boom, took it. All right. So now, in just a moment, you'll see I'm going to move over to the P&L that was about $140. You can see $145.50 in just a moment. Yeah, see it right there. Okay, and now I'm resting an order again at 95.85, and the reason for that order is, as you can see, that's essentially the POC. You'll learn, I teach and train on what the POC is in a volume histogram and an order flow indicator. And I'm tightening it up, looking where S2 is. Those are standard floor pivots, and I just want to move it down below so I don't get involved in another trade because I have some other things I need to manage here in just a moment. But there's a lot of confluence there at that 95.87, and at the time I'm shooting this video, the market is holding that price almost to the tick. There's a lot of reason that's S1. There's a T line that's upward sloping. That's the yellow line that you see right here. Right here, that's this yellow line. So lots going on with that level. Let's go ahead and move over here. highlight, let me just pause that for a moment, shows how that's calculated, net equity. So in just the 3 minutes that the market's been open at this time, the swing position, the swing account, which again only had 5 micros short, that's only $10 per point, and also a few VIX futures, which helped, is up $1,195. And I did a trade that lasted about maybe 3 seconds, another $145. So in about 5 minutes, a very nice start to a Monday afternoon here. Let me go ahead and hit play again. We'll keep moving along. I'm going to come over here and look at the VIX futures, and then realize that I don't have real-time data connected up to TradingView, so I'm not going to get a print on the VIX futures, which is a bummer because I want to try to get out of one. So I just have to blindly actually get out of one. So I sold, covered one more micro Nasdaq futures, so that's now just one left. And I'm going to come over in just a moment and get rid of some of the VIX futures. Let me just advance this a little bit more. Okay, now I'm in a micro future. This is just $2 a point.
Didn't ask for a dime. $2.
I'm in this position from firming up, like I said, above the T line and right around the POC, which is about 95, 93 right there. This is just $2 a point. So I just wanted to give myself a little taste here. You can see that little P&L is ticking away there. We already have $141 in the bank on a full Nasdaq contract that I've traded, and this is just a little teaser starter on the long side. If it gets a little out of control, I'm going to add another one about 10 points down below it. That's $20 of risk down to that other one, and then if the market really falls apart, I'll just cut this. So this is the beautiful thing about the micros is now you can walk forward, test, and trade with 1/10 the size of the full E-mini, and I like to very often do that in times of extreme volatility, especially right on the open, and this is the reopen after a significant news event. All right, we're going to come in here and let me just fast forward this a little bit more, see if there's anything reasonable to talk about. I think I just wanted to show the VIX future that is. All right, so now that's up to about $1,200 in profit. You can see, so there's 154 of unrealized still, 313 that we just realized. Nice little hot streak. You can't really see that down there. And then now I come back and let me just pause this for a moment. Pop a sell stop in there because the market is starting to go in my favor here above the T line on the right hand side. That's a 230 EMA applied to a 9x1 Ninja, Renko, or Brinkwick. Talk all about that in the room and in our courses about what these bars are, how you can use them, everything that you need to know about the strategy. And let's just get it going a little further and stopped out. All right, and I think I go a little further here. Okay, so we'll stop for a moment here. So again, about 100 and there's a little commission there, so let's just call it $140 made very, very quickly in live trading, and then, well, live new positions I should say, and then come over here, and that's it. That's all I recorded. Yeah, that's all I recorded. All right, so again, part 2 of the video where I mentioned that there was an announcement from Apple. There's all types of different news events that can move things around in the futures markets. Again, they're 23-hour markets. There's no pattern day trader requirement. You can start and trade the micros with as little as $50 intraday margin. And by the way, even though this is whatever 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on a Monday afternoon, Monday evening, if you will, I'm on the left coast. It's 3:30 afternoon here. These are day trader margins for these particular instruments once the market reopens. You can use day trader margins for a good portion of the entire trading session. There's only a short period of time in which the margin requirements are different. Again, you can learn all about that in the Futures on Fire Foundation course, which is part of what we do on the T3 Live Trade ETF every day, where we trade these futures for daily income. So good night, trading the Nasdaq, taking advantage of this news flow from Apple. We'll leave it there for part 2 of this video. My name is Roderick Casilli, T3Live.com/futures, reminding you to always trade like